Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Openly Expressive. I'm your host, Naisha. How are you guys? I miss you. I haven't been recording like I should. I know, but I'm back. Not sure for how long to do things relating to the podcast realm, but I've been so busy, as you guys know. But I just wanted to tap in because my friend sent me a video, and it was basically saying, like, you know how you go through things and you're sad and you're down and out about it, and just know that you should just know that everything basically happens for a reason. Like, I realized that all of the things, the trials and tribulations that I have gone through, I used to beat myself up about it. I used to cry, I used to overthink, I used to do this and that. Now I really don't give a damn. Because I realized that all of the things, all of the past traumas and hurt that I have gone through, it's molded and shaped me into who I am today, which is a well-rounded person, with very much a lot of life experience, which I feel that it's helpful, especially for this podcast, which also, pushed me to create a podcast in the beginning, initially, period, because all of the shit that I've been through. So I just feel that everything that I've gone through and that we go through happens for a reason. Don't beat yourself up. Don't kick yourself in the ass about it. Don't feel like doing any bodily harm to yourself or anybody else, because the mental can surely screw you over and, have you thinking some crazy things or doing crazy things to yourself or others. I've been through so many things where I had crazy thoughts about taking my own life and stuff. I'm not even gonna lie about it. But I had to realize, like, that's just the devil. The devil plays on your mind. He knows your weaknesses. He knows your insecurities. I'm sorry, guys. He knows your insecurities. He knows all of the things that makes you tick, tick, boom. And he plays on it. So we can't be weak-minded and let this bastard control and infiltrate our mind and allow us to do things that we should not do, and do things in the heat of the moment that will be cause a lifetime of chaos in your life. So, I've done many things in my life that I wouldn't say I regret, but I wish I hadn't done it, because I'm just like, I could have gotten in more trouble, or it just didn't sit right with my soul. I don't regret things because I think all things happen for a reason, as I stated before, and, it builds your character. Whether it's a screwy character or not, it's a character. So I'm working on the character that all of the negative things that have happened to me has created. I don't like a lot of the things that I have done in reference to, if I had an issue with someone or depression or just whatever negative feeling or thought I was going through, I would lash out in a violent way. As I told you guys before, I am very aggressive, and I don't know what that's about, because I didn't see my mom being beat, even though I know for a fact that my dad laid his hands on her. And but I just wasn't in a household that I saw that. So me being in domestic violence situations, relationships, that was like different. But it wasn't like they were beating on me. It was like we were going back and forth. We would tussle, we would wrestle, we would fight. But it wasn't like he's dragging and beating me. But that's still it's no justification for that. Domestic violence is domestic violence, period. And even if I would hit first, person will restrain me in a very hard way, because I guess I was just a 5'3" little angry woman and felt unheard and felt disrespected. And the way that I needed you to hear me was, listen, I'm going to hit you if you're disrespecting me. You're going to understand what I'm saying, and I'm going to let you know. I'm going to convey the message that I am very much serious and do not play with me. But I realize now, since all of the things that I've gone through, you remember I told you guys about me getting locked up for hitting someone in the head with a damn metal chair. Like, my temper is ridiculous. Or was. I don't even want to claim now. I've calmed down a lot ever since that incident, and I got locked up for it. That changed my life. It changed my life. It still allows my husband to be walking and breathing, because I was going to kill his ass when I found out he was cheating, to be honest, okay? But that 26 hours in jail, honey, that changed my life. I said, I don't like this. I don't want to go to jail. Definitely don't want to go to prison. And I don't want to lose my freedom and not be around my children, because I'm the glue to the household. Without me, things will fall apart. Yeah, I have a grown daughter, but it's not her responsibility to take care of my smaller children. So I couldn't even do that to her. And she still needs me in some sorts of the word, So it's just like, you have to think about things before you do it. A lot of the times when my daughter wants to react to things, my oldest, I tell her, listen, even my son, I tell her, listen, and him, I have 3 children, but, Anyway, I tell my children that you have to think before you do things. You have to think of what the consequences could be. Because even like in a relationship with a man or woman, with a man or woman, he cheats or whatever, and he has that moment of passion with another, and he either gets an STD or he gets somebody pregnant, that moment of heat, just that moment, can change your life. So that's why I tell my children, you have to think about all of the things that you are going to do or want to do, whether it's good or bad. And you have to think about what would be the outcome after it's done. If it's a positive outcome, go for it. If it pleases your soul and it'll be something beneficial to your life, and it'll add to the longevity of happiness and things like that, go for it. But if it'll land you on your ass physically or figuratively, literally or figuratively, don't do it. You don't want to be behind bars. You damn sure don't want to be in a casket. Don't do it. It's not worth it, because that one moment of time of you being displeasurement, I make my words up, y'all. But that one moment can change your life, and you don't want it to be changed for the worse, because a lot of the things that we do, we can't unravel and get out of it. Like I tell my children all the time, it's not a video game. Life is real life. You cannot press rewind on it. You can only move forward. So my word of advice is, guys, just do what you need to do. Make sure everything is always on the up and up. Think before you react. Don't make decisions based off anger, as people say. Oh, let me tell you something. So I was also watching a video on Instagram. I'm an Instagram influencer, paid partnerships. Like I'm doing it, y'all. But anyway, that's another thing. But I was watching a video on there, and there was a woman. She's like, if your man is cheating, don't go with his phone, this and that, stay, don't let the other woman ruin your household, this and that, blah, blah, blah. All this 1919 freaking thought. I'm just like, I had to respond. I'm like, that is such an old school mentality. That's the mentality of our grandmother and great grands. The ones that had lack of education, lack of finances. This is 2022, honey. Anybody who is going to stay with a cheater, let me tell you something. I put up with a lot of bullshit with my husband, but once I found out he was cheating, and we was 10 years together too. Still damn married, but, separated. But once I found out he was actually cheating with the concrete proof, you have your inklings. You're not stupid. But once I had the proof from the female, bye. I'm not going to compete. I'm not going to compete with something that's supposed to be mine. So that's what I told her, girl, if your self-esteem is that low and you want to share dick, you can share with somebody else, but you ain't about to share the one that's supposed to be mine. So you can have that. He's yours now. Now, I might have insecurities like most of us in the world do, if not all. Some people mask it very well with that quote-unquote ego that they have there. But, I might have my insecurities, but I'm not insecure enough to stay with a person who I know for a fact is playing with me. Especially a person that I'm married to. I mean, if you want to forgive somebody when you're single, because technically if you're not legally married, you're single. You're dating, you're single. But, marriage, I take that very seriously, honey. And I just be like, I wasted my time, 10 years with your ass. I could have been with somebody who I really wanted to be with, who I'm with now. But I could have really been with somebody who I really wanted to be with years ago. And our lives would be totally different. But, just people just don't think of what the outcome could be and how it could also affect not just you, but others. Because, yes, my children are affected by the separation. So it's just like, it is what it is. Can't turn back the hands of time. You can only move forward. So when my friend sent me the video on basically how, don't beat yourself up about the things that happened in the past, because basically it's going to come back to that person. We all know karma's a bitch. I used to be karma to people, but I don't even care to retaliate anymore. I don't care to get back at people for the wrongs that they've done to me, because everybody sows that seed and it will blossom if you are a good person, and it will just rot to hell if you're a bad person. So you reap what you sow. I'm no longer vindictive at all. I really care less about most people in life. I used to always care about what people thought, what people, how they felt about me, this and that, or past traumas. I used to always rack my head about it and think about it lots and overthink. No, I don't do any of those things anymore. Told y'all before, my daughter said if the phrase "I don't care" had a picture, it would be me. And I used to think I cared so much, but when I sit back and think about all of the times when I thought I really cared about something or someone, I didn't. I think I was just hurt because I was disappointed in myself for believing that something would be more than I knew that it would be. Like, when somebody is going to be a detriment to your life. When you first meet someone, first impressions are everything. And my husband, the first impression I met of him when we were children was that he was an asshole. And he is an asshole. So, he has his good qualities. I'm not going to knock him as far as being a dad. Responsibility-wise, he's amazing. Financially, because if you were fully responsible, you'd have done everything in your power to keep your household together, which would not create little human beings growing up to be big human beings with daddy issues, as I think we all have. So, your little moment of selfishness caused that, but I tried to fill in for the times that he's not here, because once you are not an everyday active, physically active, present person in a child's life, the void has to be filled somehow. And I know I can't fully fill it because I'm not a man, but I try to teach my son certain things on how to be a man, even though I can't fully do that. But I've dated enough of them and I know what I don't want in a man. So I instill that in my child, what I don't want. I instill the qualities of all of the things that I don't want. I instill the opposite in him. So if I don't want a disrespectful man, I don't want a cheater, all of the negative attributes that a man comes with, I teach my son opposite of it. I mean, I can only do what I can do. And, he's pretty good. He's gotten into fights here and there in school, but that's because I teach him to stand up for himself. But I also teach him, don't start it, finish him. But that's not a good thing either. So now I'm more so on if you have a problem, God forbid, go tell the teacher. Because the old me used to be like, listen, somebody put their hands on you or somebody getting a little bit too close, you back them up. It's not my mentality anymore. Violence gets you nowhere, So I just want everybody to be happy, safe, thrive, grow your bank account, please. I'm telling you, I don't care. People be saying money is not everything, which is not. But let me tell you something, honey. If I was a million, billionaire, trillionaire, I wouldn't be giving a damn about half of the stuff that I cared about. So, I'll just be working my butt off, get my finances together. Because, I'm a stunt so hard. I mean, people already regret that I left them anyway. But you wait until I am in those freaking bright lights. I'm already on billboards with my podcast, guys. Thanks to you guys. Okay? So, I'm already thriving. And I don't do anything to be successful to rub it in somebody's face like, look what you missed. They know what they missed. Okay? They know. Anybody who has ever lost you and you're a great person, they know what they miss. It's no need to be vindictive. It's no need to rub it in their face. It's no need to try to get back and cause chaos in their new relationship. It's no need. No need at all. I'll be asking my son, so my husband have a girlfriend or whatever, Which, to me is fine because we're separated. Do what you do. I just need to know who's in and out my son's life. Because a lot of the times men deal with females and they just have them all over the place around their children. I don't do that. If my children met somebody, it's because it's your dad. That's it. I don't do that. Like, because that whole if I live with somebody, I did have a boyfriend when I was like 20 something and my daughter met him. But other than that, I don't do that because, children get attached too. And I also feel as women, even men, but I guess you guys ignore it. But women, we know off bat if that's going to be a long-term relationship or if we're just in it for the fun of it and for the thrill of the moment. And I wasn't in it for the thrill of the moment with these people because I'm a relationship type of girl. Even if I have my little rendezvous very quickly or whatever, it always was a relationship. Like, I'm a relationship type of girl. Like, if I meet you today, a week later, I might love you. But that's unhealthy, so I've learned to not be that way because if the feeling's not reciprocated. But luckily with my je ne sais quoi, it was always reciprocated, but it was just not healthy. You quote unquote fall in love with someone too fast. I'm sorry I'm stumbling, guys. First of all, I'm tired. I'm doing this episode on a whim. I just felt compelled to talk to you guys this morning, and I'm on my way to the cardiologist. Let me tell y'all something. I'll be very left. I went to the cardiologist. I'm finally taking care of my health. I told y'all. So I went there on Friday, Veterans Day. They were closed. Why would you schedule me on Veterans Day? It was pouring, raining. I was pissed. And I already have an autoimmune affiliated with lupus. So the rain kicks my entire ass, and so does the cold. So imagine both. Okay, I was pissed. So luckily I made an appointment right before I actually went with another one that my actual doctor recommended. So I'm going there today. And I hope they don't do a stress test. Like my mom said she did one and they had her run on the highest speed of a treadmill and had her get off and then test her heart. Listen, that don't sound safe to me. That sounds like somebody could drop dead right there, God forbid, of a heart attack. Now you trying to see somebody if they had a heart attack or not. You trying to induce one? Please don't do that to me. I will fake the funk and be like, my autoimmune, my legs, I can't. Because you're not about to play with me. No, ma'am. I'm trying to check to make sure I didn't have heart attacks. Because I felt this several times since the damn vaccine. Like I told y'all. And when did I get it? 2020, 2021? I don't know when I got that crap. But I haven't been feeling right since. And I've eat crazy. Or like I eat a little grease or whatever it is. It just feels weird. So, I gotta take it easy, but I gotta go right now, y'all. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank you for listening. I will, do more episodes. I just be so busy, but y'all need to stay busy too, because the idle mind is the devil's playground. We don't want to play with him no more. Anyway, love you for listening. Take care, boobies, and I will chat again. Bye. You have just listened to episode 16 of season 2 of Openly Expressive. Thank you for joining me. For any inquiries or just to chop it up, hit me up at openlyexpressive@outlook.com or check me out openlyexpressive.com.